Get ready to ride the energy wave of the upcoming week. We're going to have a good one with this new moon. Today, we'll explore how to channel those vibes for your own growth and glow up. Aloha, my beautiful soul. My name is May. I like to call myself the digital witch or digital empath, energy wave savant, and I help empathic and highly sensitive entrepreneurs harness the wisdom of Hawaiian philosophy and shamanic energy work to not only cope with external energies, but also to discover their true selves and step into their divine brilliance. And one of the tools that I use to do so is these energy readings on a weekly basis. And if you're tuning in for the first time here, up top you'll see two decks. One is for this week's incredible new moon that ends with a portal day on Sunday. And on the right hand side, we have the general cards for the week of December 11th until December 17th. Very interesting. And down here we have the personal cards. So if you are here, take a moment for you to feel into. For those of you only listening in, we have a wonderful, beautiful dark stone from up north Germany, actually directly from the ocean. And the second beautiful stone that we have here in the center is a beautiful crystal. I'm not sure what the right name, I'm calling it crystal. And this one up here on the right hand side is a rose quartz. Those are the three stones that we have for you to choose. Take a deep breath for yourself to see which of these have your personal cards and personal messages. So again, just for you to feel into it, it's the week of December 11th until December 17th. We have a new moon on Wednesday on the 13th and a portal day on Sunday the 17th. Both of them are going to be represented up here with the left top deck. All right, and with this, again, I have my wonderful light candle lit next to me, and using that warm light, I'm calling in our ancestors, all the energies surrounding us, the spirit guides, the beautiful guidance that we all have from me and everybody tuning in, from all of us together, our ancestors, our spirit guides, teachers, healers, power animals, totem animals coming in. Oof, yes, Mother Nature with all her beautiful plant medicine, plant energy, and animal energy coming in. Our beautiful animal brothers and sisters helping us, supporting us. Father Sky, and all the guidance that we have from this and other planes. I'm calling you in to help us, support us to hear the right words from this reading for each one of us, to understand the guidance that we need for ourselves, to understand and to cope with the energies coming in on this beautiful, wonderful second week. I would call it the second week of December. So amazing. All right, so let's get started, my beautiful ones, as always, with the cards from this new moon and portal day. And we're going to get started with all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. All right, so this week it's time for us to look inside, look towards ourselves. And the second one is called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. I think this is a prolongation of last week's card that we had, where it was also to step into our gifts that we brought in. So bring in your soul gifts and training. It's time to step up more and bring in your wisdom into this world. And from our ancestral cards, we have the Hermit, retreat and recharge. Interesting. I think one of the personal cards was this one, and it's coming back this week for all of us. So this new moon is telling us to recharge. Again, like I mentioned last week, but in case it wasn't your personal card, this is a little reminder for us to do retreat and recharge for ourselves. And in case we're not in holiday mood yet, because some of us start doing vacation or holidays after Christmas. And for those of us, this is our gentle reminder to be connected with yourself, stay connected with yourself. Give yourself little moments that are just for you. Little moments where you can, meditate, drink a cup of coffee or tea, drink or water, and just give yourself a moment to be with yourself. If you practice more of those throughout the day, you're going to see that they help you to recharge. All right, so that's how you can do that while it's still very wild out there. And then another one that I have for you is the Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Make plans and focus. And I love when this comes up because, I mean, come on one hand, we're being told, to take a break, but on the other hand is also make plans and focus. So this fits a little bit for me into that. I don't know if you heard it last week where I mentioned that it feels like we're already done with the year, but we're still in that limbo and just waiting for the next year to start. So this is about refocusing your energy into what you would like to create in the new year. Very beautiful, and thank you very much to the ancestors. If you're asking yourself, may these cards look a little bit different? So what I do is that I usually have these ancestral cards because my ancestors have asked me, to find some ancestor cards that I use with the work with them. And again, my spirit ancestors are, my ancestors are very present in my work. And for this week, these beautiful cards came up. I've been working with them for, I think, quite some time as well. And they are called Starseed cards. And I love them very much. So if you are interested in the cards that I have, please check the links below. I have put up the names. And if you'd like to check them out, please do so. I really enjoy working with all of the cards that I have. And every time that I do the readings, I ask who wants to come, who wants to do the messaging this time. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4 different kinds of decks, and sometimes it's just these 2, like today. All right, so let's step into the energy for the general week that we have up here, and it's, wow, we're starting with Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. So here we go. It's a double for us to take a moment. Time in nature might be harder for the ones like me living in the northern hemisphere, but it is possible. In spite of snow or it being a little bit cold, we're still going to be able to take walks in nature, and that can help us recharge for ourselves to connect with the earth that is there for us. And another one that we have is lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. And the sentence that comes up with this card very strongly is anything unaligned must go. So if there is anything in your life that you feel like is not in alignment with you anymore, allow yourself to let that go. It's time. It's okay. All right, we're at the end of the year. Anything that doesn't fit with you anymore, that you don't want to take with you into the new year, let it go. Just let it go. All right? And our ancestors are giving us for this week, hold the space from the Druid. I love it that he brings this up because, of course, especially for us empaths and highly sensitives, it's so important that we remind ourselves that this is one of our main roles, is to hold space. And I think, like I did last time, and Spirit wants me to to bring that back up here, because I find especially for us, again, for us empaths and highly sensitives, this is an important one, to know that sometimes it's about holding space for ourselves. And right now we are going through a time where it's important for us to step into our own strength and power, and to be able to do that so that we can hold space for everybody else. It might be necessary first to hold space for ourselves. All right, so this is the reminder of that. And last but not least for this week, we have the great teacher, learn from spiritual experience. So remind yourself, what kind of spiritual teachings have you overcome already? All right. So for those of you who have done a coaching with me, you know that I work with a different varieties of journals, or let's put it this way. I like to call it one journal where you have different sections, and one section is the one that calls for is the evidence journal for me. That was a teaching of one of my Hawaiian teachers, Kumu Mahalani. And she told us, have an evidence journal, a journal of, things that have happened, that have transformed, where you have for yourself, the confirmation of the energy that's supporting you, of the universe. So have that. So this is a moment where you could actually use something like that. So learn from spiritual experience. What kind of spiritual experiences have you had that might be, helpful for the challenge that you have right now? Look into that for yourself. All right. Awesome. Another thing that just, because I'm talking about this evidence journal, you can also call it gratefulness, because for me, the gratefulness journal comes a little bit close to that, because it's about being grateful for everything that, you have. And I hope that if start adding things that you're grateful for about yourself, the achievements that you have had, because we forget that there's achievements like learning to walk, learning to talk, learning to make friends. Those are very important achievements. I know that most people learn to do that, but hey, you did learn it, and it's something that you overcame. And when you start looking at those, like little things that we take for granted sometimes, you also start recognizing the things nowadays, like, wow, when I split up with that friend or with that boyfriend or girlfriend, this and that transformed inside of me, and I was able to overcome that. The more you start doing that, those are evidences as well of your spiritual experiences. All right, my beautiful. So we're going to get into, the personal messages. So if you chose, my dark stone from the North, I think it's East Sea, the translation, then this is going to be for you, your message. And we start with Hyrath, longing for home, homesick for the stars. This is something that we have sometimes, that we feel homesick for, our universal heritage. But in those moments, it's good to remind yourself that they are with you. Your galactic family is here, and, is here on Earth like you and helping you and supporting you. And so feel into yourself if you need to make that connection to your universal connection, to your soul's energy, essence, or if it is that you need, the connection to your other galactic brothers and sisters. And then from our ancestors, we have the seer, see beyond the current situation. All right, so look behind whatever challenges you have. Look at it from a greater picture view. Look at it from, beyond what's happening there. All right. Maybe even if you can, feel into it on an energetic level. All right. And the last one, snake, shed old skin. Shed old skin. I feel that this card is, speaks for itself. It's about letting go. So whatever wants to show up this week, allow yourself to let it go. All right. Allow yourself to just let it flow out of your system. All right. Wow. Interesting. This new moon coming, bringing new stuff. All right. If you chose this wonderful crystal stone, then these are your personal cards. And we have the void. Wow. The void. Stop, embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. I think, again, like with, the reading before, embrace the winter, great cosmic womb, take a break, feel into what's happening, let grow whatever wants to grow inside of you. That's a beautiful one. And here you go. Let go of the need to be right from our peacekeeper. Whatever's happening inside of you, look for yourself. Do you need to be right? And I don't know why this is coming up, so whoever's listening to this, maybe means something to you. But you know how sometimes your head wants to be right, even though it isn't? And I feel that this card is reminding you that sometimes you need to tell your head it doesn't have to be right. You can follow your gut, your intuition. So what is your head telling you that might not be true? That might not be a fact? Interesting. All right. And the second ancestral one that you have is the Air Guardian. So shift your perception. So whatever's coming up, whatever challenges might coming up this week, allow yourself to shift the perception. Look at it from a different angle and see what happens. I love how these cards go together again. Beautiful. All right, my beautiful soul. If this rose quartz was your personal, messenger, then these are your cards. And we're starting with karmic relationships. Orion, energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. So you might be, getting in contact with someone that has, that is in a karmic relationship with you where you still have to learn something. So if someone triggers you strongly, don't take it out too hard on them, because they might just be doing their job by, being who they were supposed to be with you, with whatever transformation is coming up. Okay? And look deep into that. Again, I'm not saying, we don't have to, we don't have to accept everything. No, we don't have to allow everything. But, sometimes by seeing the other person as the messenger that was meant to be for us in a certain way, so that we could overcome certain things and see that, makes it a little bit easier to, return to love, to the lovable energy. And the next card that we have for you is wait for important information. All right. So there's oracle time, wait for important information. Take some time, wait for it until you have every information that you need. All right. And last but not least, heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Ooh, interesting. Another one from last week. All right. So love and let yourself be loved, my beautiful soul. That's important for you. And with this, we're ending our beautiful reading for this week. This is so beautiful. A big thank you for syncing up with today's energy reading. If you found some wisdom in these cards, I'd love to hear about it. Please comment or send me a cosmic email. I'd love to know how these cards, allow you to embrace this week. And with that said, my beautiful souls, as always, I'd like to leave you with a quote. And today's quote is going to be from Dale Carnegie. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. So let me just repeat that one to let you go with this into the next week. Our fatigue is often caused not by work, but by worry, frustration, and resentment. Have a magical week, my beautiful souls. Bye.